Hi, I'm Tommy Knepper. I'm CEO and co-founder of Infield Strategies. We are a nationwide grassroots outreach firm. We specialize in grassroots outreach across all mediums, door-to-door, phone calls, and peer-to-peer text messages. I'm here today to talk to you about starting your campaign. There's lots of reasons people get into campaigns. There's three main things that you really need to consider when you're thinking of jumping into campaign. One, are you, your spouse, your family ready for it? It's a very partisan environment, as you know. Whether you're getting into it for a local position or a federal election or a state house election or county commissioner, you're going to receive different levels of involvement in your life from across the political spectrum. At a higher levels, obviously you've seen the vitriol that goes on in our community. At the lower levels, you will still have neighbors that will come out. They'll learn more about you. They'll learn more about your family, your kids, and that can potentially impact your life. And so be ready for that. Be ready to see your name in the media more often than you're used to. You're going to have more publicity than you're used to. And just be ready for that as you get into the race. So make sure that you and your spouse and your family, your kids are ready for that. Two, do you have your seed money to start your campaign? Just like a business, you do need to have money to get your campaign off the ground. And so in order to do that, you either need to self-finance your own campaign, have enough money from your own bank accounts, your own work, what have you, to seed that campaign, or you need to have a house list that is robust enough between your friends, family, associates, coworkers that you can call on to find that seed money and seed that campaign. Three, you need to have a fundraising list built out and a path to victory that makes sense across fundraising and across expenditures. So beyond just your seed money, which is your initial campaign starting point, you also need to have a ability to go out and fundraise and raise those additional dollars for your campaign, and then have a path to spend those dollars to succeed. The seed money and the fundraising money are two different things, so you do need to make sure you have that seed money like I mentioned before, but this fundraising time and commitment and money will need to come from outside of that seed money. So do you have the time to make phone calls during the week? Do you have the time to make phone calls and go to events on Saturdays instead of to your kids' sports? Do you have the gumption to sit and smile and dial for 4 or 5 hours each day until you can raise those dollars? Do you know enough people, or can you hire enough folks that know enough people to find those dollars and fund the rest of your campaign? And then additionally, as you start to get that money, how are you going to spend that to get to victory? It doesn't help to raise a bunch of dollars in a race that you can't win. So how are you going to spend those dollars to get to victory? So again, those three items you need to have in place in order to run a successful campaign. If the answer to any three of those is I'm not sure, or I'm not sure how to get there, or no, doesn't mean that you can't run forever. Just means maybe not this cycle. Go out there and get involved in the local establishment. Go to those Optimist Club meetings. Go to local community meetings, start to meet additional people, find enough staff to help you fundraise, or additional folks that know people to help fundraise. Maybe raise some dollars yourself in the meantime to find some seed money. Maybe prep your family a little longer, or let your kids get out of school before you run. Whatever have it. Go and fix that item over this next cycle, 2 cycles, 3 cycles, and look to run in the future. But make sure the answer is strongly yes, I can do all three of those things before you jump into the race, and you will be set up for success.